Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to PCM24 Yeti, episode 25. That happened pretty quick, right? Quarter century of episodes already. Anyway, presidential tour of Turkey. It's all .pro the rest of the way for us this year. We need those last 3 victories in this category. And today feels like a fantastic opportunity for that, with one exception. We now find ourselves with a wealth of talent in the sprint department. The lead out train, lots of possibilities. But we have one clear rider who is better than the rest on our team in Zhu. And Zhu, he got a -1 draw. Actually, he got a -3 draw because the entire team has the objective for this race. But as this was a race that we did not get scheduled initially, it was a recent addition on the calendar, so I picked the riders, picked it as an objective for them as our early mid-season objective, now late April already. But the timing of it threw off any chance of getting a fitness peak in time. But +2s across the board on the expected, and a few riders have great race day condition, others do not, and oh shoot, I forgot all about water. I didn't realize I was going so fast that we were 23k away. I thought we were still like 60. My bad on that part. Alton Girl needs to get up there quick. Come on, buddy. Come on. I should already be in my train. There. This feels like an opportunity. Zhu does not get the race day condition we would hope for. But the field, similar level to Zhu. Like, I feel like we could beat him with some of our other team members, especially with a bunch of 4s and 5s. Some real possibilities. But with fresh red bar intact, we'll put him on the back and see how things kind of shape up in the closing kilometers. But otherwise, he is our guy today. Altingarl and Abdullah are definitely the first ones out there. Hopkins, it's weird. Hopkins, multiple race winner for us. He's early train. And that all comes down to draw, race day condition draw. So Walters has a 72-73. We've got a 73-72 for Lubers, so a little bit faster. So Lubers is going to be the one to lead out Zhu. And then Walters and Grunland. There's, another case of look at all those sprinters and high up they are. All but one rider in the field for us today are sprinters normally. So this gives us a real advantage with 16k to go, and look how we are getting shaped up and getting pulled out there early, and we're not feeling too bad. 14.9k, so on to a 95 for Abdullah. Tingaro, a little late on his gel kicking in. 13.5, but we are establishing ourselves out front a little bit better than the others at the moment, which is what we're hoping for. And with that extra rider, it's a 7 rider field instead of a 6 rider field. That little bit more gives us a chance. And Hopkins now 70 flat rating. See how he's pulling out easier and better. And we're 10k to go now, and we've got 5 riders. 5 riders starting to speed up with Hopkins, because here comes others. Grunland 97. Let's see what a 97 does. Hopkins jump onto the back. 97's not really cutting it. 7k. He's starting to pull back out front. He's got a 74 flat rating, so he's definitely pulling harder and faster than what we are used to getting. I think we're in the 99 territory from here. On to Walters. Okay, final 2 gels. Final 3 guys already. Final 3 guys already, so we're a little late down the train, and Walters, and we are getting overcome. Lubers is the one supposed to be leading this out. It's too late for others. This is it. It's not set up well. It is not set up well at all. Lubers does find some space and pulls out for Shu. Shu's got a chance. Shu's still got a chance here, but he's going to have to actually out-sprint some guys. And wow, this is like 12 wide. He could be second or he could be 12th, because Zoli takes the win. He gets 8th. That was straight across the board. Everybody. Dang. That's different to see. Disappointing result. mostly coming down to my lead out train running out of energy earlier than I wanted them to. We had to push a little harder than I wanted to, trying to get us out front. It ate up a couple of our riders a little too early. 16K, just a little bit far out. I think I need to be starting at about 14K. Other teams get set up earlier and it goes, but we just don't have the flat rating to be running from 16, 17, 20K out for the train. If you have better flat rating, you can turn down the intensity and you can go longer. But even with the race day condition, we still don't have very good flat rating, and so getting out front, getting established, being in the right position to set our sprinter up for the win takes a higher effort, and that cost us in that one because we ended up having to essentially back off on the last three because we were essentially one rider short of where we needed to be. Here on stage 2, when the breakaway established itself very early on, it made the first climb of the day quite easy. Second climb of the day, not only the climb itself is much harder at 11 kilometers, though just 5% gradient, we're also much later in the stage, and we're chasing down that breakaway now inside 2 minutes. This is our only tricky moment for this stage. If we can get through this, we are set up for a sprint finish, essentially. But looking at the profile, the finish line is uphill. So the finish line is a slight uphill. So we actually do want a hills rating, which Zhu does not have. So we might actually shift off of Zhu as the sprinter here in the next little bit and use him as a lead out guy instead for a stage like this one today, especially when once again Zhu has a negative race day condition draw, a -2 draw for him, along with Abdullah having a -5 draw for Abdullah. I should probably just leave those two out of the mix and pick somebody else based on a combination of acceleration and hills rating as much as I pick, that sprint capability. Last two riders of the break, and they are just seconds ahead of us, and we are at 35K to go. Protecting Zhu, I suppose, is still a good thing, and everybody's going to recover some energy here on the descent, but I think when it comes to forming the train, I might just switch it up. Abdullah is punchy, but no acceleration. We have an attack. We've got some undulation here on the way towards the finish line, and at 15.3 and over that hill, this feels like the right time to get established, especially before those two have a chance to get away. It's only about 1K later than we did at last stage, and last stage I had my issues with going a little bit too early, but it's okay. Ooh, 63 flat rating. Yeah, Zhu, you're gonna go second in line. He's got a little bit of a hill rating, a little bit, but we'll see. I think there's a lot punchier guys, and the acceleration element is going to absolutely be a factor. 72 sprint is 67 hill. Difficult decisions. I'll take my time with this one. No idea if I've really done this right, but Abdullah's going to lead us out, and he's going to work hard for the moment to try to get up into position, but we are at 13.6K already and not in a very well established position, but we've got these little hills along the way. The road is fairly wide, though it is winding, so we should be able to find our way through this mess. 11K to go, and we are managing to get out front, so far so good. Only one rider as we come up on 10K.
There are just 10 kilometers left.
And we've somehow gotten out front, and yeah, this is a good setup so far. Okay, starting to speed up, especially with a terrible flat rating for Zhu. 7.9K. Yeah, I think we're in 99 territory from here. Still a little bit more in terms of the hills, but we are so well placed right now. Grunland, give me a little more. 98 for Hopkins. 3.7. Okay, there's that partial hill that you have to get over. Tangaro 3K. 3 riders. Yeah, looking so much better here. 2K sprinting for Alton Girl. And Lubers leading out Walters. Remember, we have a little hill here on the way to the finish. So Walters comes off. He's got 5 guys, now 4 guys to compete with. He's not going to get it, though. He is not going to overcome their punchiness. He still had the red bar. He just didn't have enough acceleration and punchiness, even with the 74. Axel Lawrence takes the win ahead of Gazzoli and Sean Flynn. Walters gets 6th. We're putting up a good fight here. No results yet, but hey, there's 6 more stages in this race. Stage 3 was a big mountain stage. We are out of the GC conversation at this point, as we're now on stage 4. So it's really just trying to get the stage. At the moment, we can't get through, as the sprint teams have already formed, but they are as wide as the road is, as we are approaching the breakaway group here. I don't want to be going 99 right now anyway, but I do want the road to open up for us so that we can get into position for the sprint after this climb. But Walters, who is on effort up, has not been able to make any forward progress so far. 1.5K to the top here. Walters finally finds some space. We're going to back off a little bit. I don't want him pushing too hard. It's just all about position here. There we go. Walters finds some space. Backing off a little bit for him. There we go. Abdullah into the space. Lubers, Hopkins. Okay. Zhu has not come through, and that's going to hurt him. We might have to ride for Alton Garrel as things are looking right now. 10K left. So speeding things up. Abdullah's already gone through his gel period at this point. Has Zhu made it onto the back? Yes, he has, but he is a bit low on energy. We'll have to keep that in mind here on the flat. And 51 riders, the field has split, so Walters not even doing what I asked him to here with a soft sprint. 4K, this is something different. This is not how we normally do this, but with this many riders, we might as well get the max and force others to go early. 2.7, Lubers. Get some space. This is very technical. This is a mess. This is an absolute mess of a stage here, and we are sprinting it out. But Hopkins, and a little gravel cobbled finish. Yeah, never found the space. Never got into the position we wanted to. Had too many guys at the front by the time we did finally get there. So then tried to soft sprint and go early, short little spurts from rider by rider, and just never got into the right position. We still have 40K left in this stage, but there's 2 concerns. One, Zhu, another negative draw. He's got the lowest draw of the entire team today out of 0, so a -2 draw for him. And he can't climb. And there's a lot of undulation on the way to the finish line for this one. Second concern, the breakaway grew. It was originally 8. 7 more riders attacked. 3 of them were able to bridge the gap. We pulled back 4. But at 2.5 minutes, they might just win this thing. They very well might just win this thing, and we're going to have a pretty early go on this one. The undulation can help, but right now, Chase is not closing the gap. They have been able to hold onto that 211, and they have more firepower with 11 riders. I have a feeling the breakaway is going to take the stage, but Zhu is going to be our first domestique for the day, and that's definitely a change from what I was planning initially. And we're going to have to go early. It is down to 1:55. There's still a chance to catch them, but it's not going to be easy. Alright, so the chase is on with, Zhu, who's just really not going to give us much. Bad flat rating, can't climb. He will not be spending long here on the front, but we still have 17K to go, so we can only push so hard. Been at 40, the gap. He's going to go 99 for a little bit. He's holding the gap at least, and we are out front. Abdullah, okay, his gel has kicked in, so on to Abdullah. 14K still. Most stages I'm only just now starting to form, and we're already nearly through 2 riders. So again, red bar's gone, but Abdullah, at least get me over this hill. Handle the descent, and then we'll get on to Lubers. As soon as that red bar's gone again. Down to a minute 13. Still have a chance to catch these guys. Walters is not going to last long. I need to keep an eye on him. In fact, Walters needs to drop out of the line. Hopkins. Gel.
It's in such percentages that the strongest can create some gap.
Inside a minute, first rider from the group is dropped, and that's it. Libers will handle the climb and the descent again before we move on to Hopkins. 7K. We haven't even split the field other than a few riders out the back, which is crazy. Oh, that's changing now, though. We got a front four. We have a front four. Can we catch these guys? It's still 1 minute. It is still 1 minute. 4K.
Away from the group. He's going for victory.
Runlin, give me a 99. 2.8K, just sprinting, chasing these guys down. Can he catch them? Altingaro, this is the last climb. Another breakaway rider caught. 30 seconds ahead, 1.8K, but it's a minute behind. Breakaway's about to win. Breakaway wins. We establish ourselves off the front of the field for a very comfortable would-be win. Instead, it's just a best of the rest. There is the sprint behind us. Altingaro and Gronlund easily beat the field. But we couldn't beat the break. That's the second time that that's happened this season. Zhu, who has yet to claim a victory, did that earlier in the year where we won the sprint for best of the rest just behind the breakaway on that occasion. We were about a minute behind on this occasion. It looked pretty evident from the get-go there with 40K out that it was going to be a hard chase, and there was a good chance that that group was going to hang on. And sure enough, they did. I still have a few stages left, but I'll go ahead and push that into our next episode. Pogacar is currently crushing it in the individual rankings with Wout van Aert and Philipsen rounding out the top three. Vingegaard only 6th this season would be very disappointing for him. As for where we're at, 43rd with just 343 points. Of course, this season we've had a very light calendar, and I have bypassed a whole bunch of 0.1 races, which the AI has not performed well. In fact, a single top 10 of all the stages that we have played out is all that has been scored. I'm starting to at least see our name in the top 20 a lot more frequently, but we're not breaking the top 10. Last season, when I quick simmed anything, that results list goes down to about 20 before you have to start scrolling down. Never saw our name anywhere. This year, I'm regularly seeing our name in that 10 to 20 range of those lesser races. But as for top 10, once, and it was Zhu, getting 9th on a sprint. That's all he's been capable of under the guise of the AI, under the guise of the quick simulation. So we're not scoring points at the rate we were last year. Fortunately, it doesn't matter. The points, they're very irrelevant at this stage in time. Until we hit Continental Pro and want to get a World Tour calendar, the points won't matter. For now, it's going to come down to our top 3 rated riders and qualifying for Continental Pro. That's going to be the big goal of, well, starting with the dossier period of trying to go after all those biggest riders. A lot of expiring contracts among that list, my short list that I have. But, of course, I'm going to have to do my search, see if there's any new faces. We have a handful of new nations that we've unlocked this season so far, but only the once, even though it's already late April. But we only needed one in one category, and this is only the second race we've had in the other No, this is our first race, isn't it? First race of the year in the pro category. Yikes on that part. We still have a few more opportunities. We've been coming up just a little short so far. We might get there, but I'm getting a little concerned with how things are going at the moment. Red Walters, the big scorer for our team over the last 12 months, where the individual rankings are taken from, where the team rankings are just from January 1st. Hopkins, Abdullah, Zhu climbing up that list since joining us. Regatta somehow has moved up. Not sure how. He hasn't been competing. Not for me anyway. I haven't been selecting him. And we've got a couple months till the national championships. But as we're getting into bigger nations, there's going to be more competition for those national championships. So a little less on the automatic side. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.